This is so true. Stop the war on drugs. Stop the war on the sheeple. This policing for profit that Charlotte County, Florida, sheriff is into is sick and unconstitutional. This is not America. This is Germany. Florida should decriminalize pot. Eliminate harsh penalties for low-level possession. The following editorial appeared in the Ocala Star Banner, a fellow member of Gatehouse Media. Guest editorials do not necessarily reflect the views of the Herald Tribune. While Florida voters needed 2 tries to pass medical marijuana, much of the country is moving to legalize recreational pot. Voters in California, Maine, Massachusetts and Nevada all passed ballot initiatives this month legalizing the recreational use of marijuana. They join a group of mostly Western states that had previously done so. More than 63 million Americans now live in places where marijuana's use is fully legalized. A state constitutional amendment to allow medical marijuana in Florida narrowly missed the 60% needed for passage in 2014. It was approved convincingly this election with more than 71% of the vote. 3 other states also passed medical marijuana on November 8, meaning medical marijuana has now been legalized in 28 states and the District of Columbia. When more than half the states have legalized medical marijuana, the country has passed a tipping point on the issue. The latest Gallup poll found support for full marijuana legalization has reached an all-time high of 60%, yet the federal government still lags behind public opinion. The Food and Drug Administration classifies marijuana among Schedule I substances such as heroin and LSD, which have been determined to have a high potential for abuse and no medical use. The listing is an insult to patients who have found marijuana to be an effective treatment for chronic pain, nausea and other conditions that stem from debilitating diseases, and one without the dangers of addictive painkillers. Some expected a change under President Barack Obama, who said he smoked pot as a teenager. Yet the Drug Enforcement Agency rejected a petition for reclassification in August, maintaining the same failed status quo that has been in place since President Richard Nixon declared a war on drugs. The Obama administration has at least looked the other way as states have legalized marijuana, but that policy could change under a new president. Federal law still restricts banks and credit unions from accepting marijuana profits, forcing dispensaries to take the risk of being all-cash businesses. Education institutions such as the University of Florida are also limited in the research they can do on medical marijuana without risking federal funding. This creates a catch-22 in which the federal government claims not enough research has been done on medical marijuana's effectiveness without fully allowing that research to be done. Worse yet, marijuana arrests continue to ruin people's lives. A conviction for possessing a small amount of marijuana can cause the loss of a driver's license in Florida and a criminal record, consequences that might cost someone a job or financial aid for college. In neighboring Alachua County, county commissioners took a sensible step in passing an ordinance to allow civil citations to be issued to someone caught with 20 grams of marijuana or less. The Marion County Commission should consider a similar ordinance. Much like the conflicting marijuana laws across the country, Florida now has a mishmash of municipalities moving toward decriminalization and those still taking a harder line. A statewide approach to eliminating criminal penalties makes more sense, but is unlikely given that the legislature took half measures on medical marijuana before the ballot measure passed. Yet much like gay marriage, which seemed unlikely before becoming widely supported, the wave of marijuana legalization sweeping the nation may inevitably reach Florida. Lawmakers can follow public opinion or wait for voters to push them out of the way.